This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Friday morning to you. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM Channel 158. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin in the house on a Friday morning here at Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. What's happening?
Good morning. Not much.
College basketball, left, right, center, every which way.
How many games did you get to last night?
None.
Oh, really?
We just watched it in the casino.
That's great. Where were you posted up at?
We were at Caesars in the end. Todd Bubba Horwitz came and visited us, which we had a good time
excellent.
with him. We never got out to the Orleans. Probably will today. So we feel bad about that. But it was just, it's awesome. And I'm sitting right next to Todd doing his thing. By the way, Fezzik wants to bring this up later. Todd may join us later. By the way, show brought to you by Profit X. I should probably point that out. Todd may join us later. What he is doing in college basketball is unlike anything I've ever seen before in my life.
It's incredible.
And I wanna actually go just in a brief rant later because Fezzik's going to bring it up, and I have a whole spiel about this. How I just think it is, in some ways, the pinnacle of what I've ever seen. It's just incredible. And by the way, juxtapose that against my 0-4 yesterday in tennis, which was just a disaster day.
What's it been? Can I press her already? What's it been since he got out here? Has it been a tear already? Just these conference tournaments?
Oh yeah,
I know he started off 3-0 on the show the other day. It's been great. I've hit on a couple of them.
Oh, it never ends.
Just like me and you talking. I can't keep up, Gil.
But I'm going to do it systematically. I'm going to talk about. I'll talk about what Fezzik does. I'll talk about what I do in tennis, right? What I used to do in baseball. I'm going to talk about Carl Sack, Rufus, Dr. Bob. I'm going to talk about Todd. I'm just going to go through it all systematically. On the show today, yes, Steve Fezzik, maybe some Todd Wishnev later. How about the aforementioned Dr. Bob? How about Chris Felica, the Bear from Fox Sports? Paul Carr on the Prem as well. All of that on today's show. All of it. Looking forward to it all in the next 3 hours. Let's go through some of that stuff yesterday. First of all, no auto bids in college hoops yesterday, but the one thing that I sort of, and people were saying this to me yesterday, the one thing that I sort of manifested is Miami of Ohio with the undefeated season, and then they lose in the first round of the MAC tournament. It happened. It happened, in the words of the great Jim Lampley, when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore. So I don't know what the committee's going to do, but it feels like Miami of Ohio is going to end up in a play-in game.
Man,
that's what it feels like. It feels like, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I think there's a good shot that it's a Tuesday night play-in game.
I mean, look, if I was making the arguments for Turner, well, however that works out, yeah, I'd probably be making that argument too. Give us a play-in game. It's going to be so much more exciting than what we usually have.
31-1 is 31-1.
I don't know. Do you feel like they deserve to be in that spot, though?
Deserve up, deserve down? What do you mean?
Deserve up. Like, just in. I don't think they should be in a play-in.
No,
they should be in.
I think they should be in.
Yeah, me too. But I think you're right. I think there's a really good chance they're in a play-in, and I get why.
The problem is we have so many analytics being thrown, right? So their strength of schedule is abysmal.
Yeah.
Right? Abysmal. But now they have this other thing called WAB, wins. What or is it? Is it wins over the bubble or wins? Was it WOB? I don't even know what it is. But it's basically how many more wins would you have against your schedule than a bubble team would? And the committee supposedly is going to use that heavily, and they actually fare well in that category. How they come up with it, I have no idea. But I could look into it. But the Redhawks actually look favorable. So we'll see. We'll see with that, but this is the controversy that I was hoping for because I want to see how this ends up. I'm curious to see what the committee ends up doing with them. And again, one more auto bid Saturday night, tomorrow night in the America East, I believe it is. Yes. Today.
I mean, you described it perfectly. I was just looking for what the actual actual acronym. Just wins above bubble, but it's
wins above bubble.
It's basically that.
Wins above bubble. Why I say wins over bubble? I'm stupid.
WAB measures how many more wins a team has compared to what an average bubble team would be expected to achieve against the same schedule.
And that's the metric that probably puts them in.
Mm-hmm.
If that metric didn't develop, I'm not sure what happens here. They lose to UMass Minutemen yesterday.
I like this
87-83.
I like this as a thing.
Yeah.
This actually is a good idea
I would
with
too.
how the conferences have gotten all crazy. Like, it's important to do something like this, comparing schedules.
Today, American quarterfinal, A10 quarterfinals, ACC semis, Big 12 semis, Big East semis, Big 10 quarters, Big West semis, Conference USA semis, MAC semis, MEAC semis, Mountain West semis, SEC quarters, SWAC semis, WAC semis. All that today, college basketball. What's that? 36. Just counted them. Boop, 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 boop. What was it? 34 basketball games. Pardon me. I miscounted. 34 basketball games.
Hey, Luke Laux, maybe call a timeout, bro.
Oh. FSU.
That was almost
with
fun.
a shot to beat underhanded Duke.
Yeah. Yeah, played out. Tip the cap to Felica. He'll be on later.
Yep.
Played out kind of exactly how he thought it could.
Had a shot.
Get hot shooting. You take advantage of the Duke injuries. You're in the game throughout, man. It looked like Duke was going to pull away with like a couple minutes left, and then Florida State came right back. Had the shot with a block shot on one end.
Had a look.
Could have taken a timeout. Just let him take the shot.
I thought for a second they were going to drive to the rack, but then still got an open look deep. Didn't go.
I think everybody was thinking he was driving to the rack there, and he didn't.
Triple digits to one play for lots of us.
Took a little,
not to be.
I took a little on the money line for that game yesterday, too. Even that would have just been nice.
So real quick again, because I alluded to it earlier, disaster day in tennis. I took a slightly winning tournament into a slightly losing tournament. All 4 dogs lose. None really close. I guess Talia Gibson got to a third set, the longest dog of all of them. But otherwise, disaster day. And Iga gets knocked out, so we don't win our quarter, and we don't win that bet either.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oof.
So while the Australian Open was a success, this one ends up not being because of yesterday. Draper loses to Medvedev. He gassed out. Feast was never in it against Sasha Zverev. That was just a terrible call.
Yeah, I was in on that one.
Gibson did get to 3 sets with Noskova, but then she got rolled in the third set. And then Pegula, she got destroyed the first set by Rybakina. None of them close. All of them big dogs. It happened. It happened on that too. My apologies. Not a good day. So there's that. What did win was the Tankapalooza play. NBA Brain Dead Parlay.
Yeah, man.
For
rocking chair.
Well, not exactly. Magic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Tankapalooza.
That intro startles me.
It startles you?
Yeah,
I
it
actually
does.
feel like I've noticed that.
I'm like, whoa, jeez, what was that? 4-leg parlay hits. Yes, the Wizards took the Magic to overtime on a banked 3 that forced overtime, but the Magic got it done. But everything hits yesterday on that. What was it?
Oh, man.
Magic, Lakers, Hawks. Who was the 4th?
Suns, right? Suns Pacers was tight for a while.
For a little bit.
Hawks Nets was tight for a while. Yeah,
Winner.
that was shaky, man, but it got home. Gets home.
Winner, 82 cents on the dollar. That brings us back up to 5-2, 24-2 on legs, but those 2 are all that matter. Those 2 Bulls losses. So we are up 2.34, I believe it is, 2.34 units. And again, these are just in the background. We're doing this because of the epic NBA tanking thing that's happening this year. Everybody's trying to get those picks. There it is, plus 2.34 units. Today, a 5-legger.
Yeah.
And these are all colossal spreads with colossal money lines. But in the end, it's going to pay about 7 cents on the dollar, 6.98 cents on the dollar. What is that? 70 cents on the dollar. Pardon me. It's going to be 70 cents on the dollar despite that because the 5 huge money line favorites, Pistons, Knicks, Cavs, Blazers, Clippers.
Right there with you, Gil. Just the idea of 5 legs in the NBA is just terrifying. Just anytime.
Just don't even pay attention to it.
But don't even pay attention.
Don't even pay attention. That's the point of these. Don't even pay attention.
So what I'm going to do tonight, it will be a few different versions. I'm just doing them all a little bit smaller. I'm going to break the rules a little bit. I am doing the exact one you are. I am doing that, and then I'm also tying some stuff into the Rockets money line tonight, which is just, hey, I like the Rockets. I think we've gotten a little too excited about this Pelicans number. Rockets are laying about 7 points in that game. I just want to create a little bit better of a number with the Houston Rockets.
Zach got home with him doing that yesterday because he did mine with the Pistons on top of that.
Yeah.
Tonight, and again, it's the Pistons, Knicks, Cavs, Blazers, Clippers. Pistons play the Grizzlies. Knicks play the Pacers. Cavs play the Mavs. Blazers play the Jazz, and the Clippers play the Bulls. Oh, they're the Bulls again.
And there's just nothing to your point. I mean, yeah, there's a couple back-to-backs we're talking about here that could go against you, but like these are massive double digits and should be, Gil.
Anyway, we're just gonna keep doing them and see what the ledger is at the end. It's still what, March 13th? Got a month of NBA yet? I don't know. Let's see what this ends up with.
And I think this is a good game for, Cooper Flagg to just start feeling a little crampy in the foot or something, for going up against the Cavs. It sounds like a lot taking on James Harden and Donovan Mitchell tonight. It's just probably time to shut it down, Gil. Probably time.
Probably time to shut down?
Yeah, Cooper Flagg.
Okay. By the way, I don't know, man. I still think Cooper Flagg has plenty of time to turn that around. We'll see.
I think I'm good.
I don't.
The past week, though, has been stressful, Gil, because when he came back, and you've been saying it the whole time, when he came back, I was like, oh, boy, this is just enough time to ruin my Conca-Nipple bets. Just enough time. A couple things have happened. He hasn't played all that great, but also, there's been no movement in these numbers at all, which, I usually don't read into things too much, but I'm a little surprised. As soon as he got ruled back in, this didn't drop to almost even money on both these guys. Really hasn't moved much. I think with all the 3-point shooting and some of the records that Khan set and where he's at just in the league, I think I'm good, Gil. I think I'm good.
Well, it's because Cooper Flagg hasn't done anything, right? 18, 16, 17, 14, 13 with his point output, right? Not very high percentages shooting. Like I said, all it takes is one game for him to score 45. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's look at MVP and more next on a numbers game right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The betting waters are stirring, and we're ready to strike on VSiN's Sharp Week. Starting Selection Sunday, VSiN will be your captain for March Mania, helping you navigate the madness and land that big bet. Join us as we break down the brackets and provide expert analysis on every game, delivering insights only VSiN can offer. We've stocked the ship with our March Mania betting guide, giving you everything you need to chart a winning course through the biggest betting tournament of the year. Dive head first into the free VSiN March Betting Challenge. Sink or swim for a chance to win by picking team sides or totals. We're doing it all. Special coverage throughout the tournament, best bets from hosts and handicappers, and a chance for you to win big. Set sail with VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe to join us for just $29.99 for full access through May 1st. And don't miss Sharp Week, where you're going to need a bigger bet. That's VSIN.com/subscribe.
There is no other college basketball betting analyst quite like him. His passion is unparalleled. He handicaps every game, every day, all season long. Sleep is not an option for him. He stays fresh by running 12 miles a day, every day, while doing his podcast and answering your tweets. He is Greg Hoops Peterson.
Tame the madness of March by catching Greg Peterson on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
On the next edition of Prop Points, we'll start things off by giving out my favorite player props for Friday's NBA slate. Former college basketball coach Tim Welch will join the show to break down some of Friday's college basketball tournament matchups and talk teams to look out for while we approach Selection Sunday. Finally, we'll close things out recapping all the big trades and signings from the NFL this week, see what the futures market has for us in terms of win totals, division winners, and more with Joe Bartle from RotoWire. I'm Nick Whalen. Tune into Friday's edition of Prop Points, 1 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Numbers game brought to you by Profit X, and right now March Madness can take you anywhere in the world. King of March, Profit X's tournament contest with free trips worth up to $10,000 are up for grabs. Win 10 pregame spreads or totals across the 67 tournament games and hit your volume goal to get entered. $1,000 in volume puts you in for a $5,000 trip. $10,000 in volume puts you in for a $10,000 trip. Flights and hotels, wherever you want to go, covered. Keep winning in sets of 10. Keep earning entries. Download Profit X now. Use promo code VSiNMM, that's MMM as in March Madness, and become the king of March. Gil Alexander, Players Championship update.
Yeah,
Boy,
man, I'm looking at it right now.
It's all Americans except at the top. Sepp Straka and Corey Connors tied for the lead at 7 under par.
Welcome to the season, Sepp Straka, and especially Corey Connors.
7 under. Let's see. Sepp is through 6 today. Corey Connors through 4 today. Early stages of round 2. They have a one-stroke lead over a slew of, one-stroke lead over Lee Hodges and Alex Smalley. Then a 2-stroke lead over Sahith Agala, Cameron Young, Austin Smotherman, Maverick McNeely still in there. Maverick McNeely yet to tee off. And then 3-back Jacob Bridgman, Hideki Matsuyama, Xander Schauffele, Justin Thomas, and Russell Henley. Some names of yore. Justin Thomas showing up in there.
Bro, you might have to prepare yourself for Austin Smotherman actually being a thing this year. His approach numbers right now are like some of the best on tour to start the season. Not something I was expecting to really have to deal with all season here, Gil, but it's like the past few weeks. The guy won't go away. He won't go away.
Here's the question. Scotty Scheffler shoots even yesterday.
Yeah.
Even round first round. Even 72.
12 to
par
1.
72 first round. What is his in-game number?
12 to 1.
Were
you asking me to guess? Sorry, because I just cheated.
No, I just want to know what it was. 12 to 1, 7 strokes back, hasn't teed off yet today. You in?
No.
No, because the course is too volatile.
You know what, Gil?
Or too many people in between.
It's not that. It's too many people and too many quality people in between.
Yeah, he's T42.
I mean, Straka and Connors, fine. They're at the top, but those two guys are good on their own. But then we're talking Cameron Young, Hideki Matsuyama, Xander Schauffele. I won't even count Justin Thomas because I think he's still coming back from an injury. Tommy Fleetwood, Victor Hovland. There's some really big-time players that are ahead of him right now.
12 to 1.
Not for me this week.
Okay, just curious.
I have bid enough.
That is the every tournament golf question that needs to be asked.
Absolutely.
Where is he now? Would you bet it?
I think that of course the numbers are never what you want them to be. Cameron Young, Russell Henley is probably where I would be looking. Actually, and Hideki, I got very close to betting. Actually, that's who I would bet. If I had to make one bet right now, Gil, would be Hideki Matsuyama, or you'll find him 19, 20 to 1 out there.
Okay. Three strokes back.
Mm-hmm.
Players Championship, golf's 5th major. TBC Sawgrass. Where's that? Jacksonville, Florida? Is that where that is?
Yeah, outside Jacksonville. Yep.
Outside of Jacksonville, Florida, like I said. It's actually in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Back to the NBA for a second. MVP. Is this done?
Okay. First of all, I've enjoyed having this conversation with others. Me and you have talked about it a ton, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're about 90% home with Shea.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, no relation, minus 800 at DraftKings. That's the best number you can get on him. This is just, well, I don't know if it's the best. We just did DraftKings and FanDuel here for the purposes of this. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, minus 800. Victor is actually the second shot at 15 to 1 in terms of the best number you can get on him the other direction, both at FanDuel and DraftKings. There is a 20 to 1 on Nikola Jokic at FanDuel, Cade Cunningham 50 to 1 at FanDuel, Jaylen Brown 150 to 1, Luka 200 to 1. Slightly worse numbers for some of those guys at DraftKings. So these are just the best numbers you can get, best odds. Second column, they're on the screen. If we can flash that up one more time. Games played by the player / games that the team has played. And the purposes of that is for the third column, which is players a game can afford to miss because of the 65-game minimum rule with the team games left. So this was a thing 2 weeks ago. By the way, Wembanyama sat last night.
Yes, and questionable for tomorrow.
Everybody else played. This is, there's a couple things at play. One, just my little opinion on the side. This proves to me that load management is bull manure because these guys will play when necessary to be eligible for an award.
Mm-hmm.
They're all aware of it. None of them are going to get below that number. Jokic is going to play it out. Shea is going to miss just enough games where he knows he can still get to it, right? All these guys are aware of that column on the right. They know exactly how many games they can afford to miss. But the point is that what's the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander record for yesterday? He sets the record for consecutive 20-point games.
Yeah. 127 regular season games?
127 regular season games in a row. Whose record did he break? Wilt Chamberlain's. Isn't that kind of enough? Despite Nikola Jokic's great numbers, despite the fact that Victor Wembanyama probably by definition of MVP is the MVP, if you want to take it literally, I don't know. It feels like it's over.
Jokic, it's another year. Looking, this is probably not the last year that we're having this conversation with these three players specifically. Jokic has got the stat case. You could make an argument for what he's done statistically. Still, we're leading the NBA in rebounds and assists. Is an incredible feat. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, look, you could argue some things are down a little bit from last year, but okay, I think one thing that's not been talked enough about with this team, and yes, Shea's missed some games too, but how many games missed by key players on this team throughout the entire course of the season? Pretty much at any one point, they've had a significant player out of the lineup, and Shea's helped carry them, man. And you know what? I think this became a more interesting conversation, Gil, when the standings were getting more closer bunched together. Thunder get best record. This is over. I think there is a world where if San Antonio steals that, gets a little murkier, maybe then Nikola Jokic, maybe Wemby are more in this conversation. I just punch it. So minus 800, that's 88.9% implied probability. Yeah, I think it's about spot on. I think that's about perfect. If anything, it's probably a little light.
Can we go back to Jokic for a second? I have Wembanyama 25-1 because I went trifecta. I went Spurs to win it all, Spurs Celtics, 125-1 in matchup. And then I went a little too frisky. I went Wembanyama 25-1 to win MVP, thinking Shea might get below the number. Looks like it's not going to happen. But back to your Jokic point. Nikola Jokic is 5th in points per game at 28.7 and leads the NBA in rebounds and assists 12.7, 10.4. He is averaging a triple-double. Again, the only names in NBA history to average a triple-double in a season are Oscar Robertson, the Big O, Russell Westbrook 4 times, and Nikola Jokic, who's attempting to do it for his second time in his career. Do you remember what a big deal we made of it when Russell Westbrook was doing this? Okay. This is how ridiculous our brains are.
Yes.
Now, here we are this many years later.
We're just used to it.
And we're just like, yeah.
It's what he does.
Meh. Whatever.
It's Nikola Jokic. It's what he does, Gil.
And he's won it already a few times.
It's absurd. It's absurd.
It's as stupid is what it is.
Now the one
in what world should he not be the favorite? You know,
go with you.
Yeah.
But that's where I still think like that's where I don't think he's out of it. I don't think Wembanyama's out of it either. Now the one that will say I'm surprised how much pushback I've gotten. Not that I've gotten a ton, but just even getting a little bit of pushback here recently has been interesting to me. The rest of these guys are done. This conversation is down to 3.
I think you're right. We could just take the others off. Luka scored 50+ for the first time as a Laker yesterday. It's still 200-1.
Oh,
he's not winning it.
Adorable. Luka with more empty points. Cool.
Yep.
Like Jalen, like this, and it always sounds like you're hating on these guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just kind of did, but Luka's great. Luka's awesome. He's amazing at basketball, okay?
He whines too much.
Like, Jaylen Brown's the big one. Like, I have been one of the biggest Jaylen Brown defenders on the face of the earth for his entire career. The guy's chucking up 1 million shots a game. He's done a great job with the Boston Celtics. His case does not compare to those top 3 names.
No.
And Cade Cunningham, the only reason you were in the conversation is because your team had the best record in the NBA. You don't anymore. You're not in the conversation.
What about most improved or coach of the year?
Oh, I'm obsessed with Okay, most improved and sixth man of the year, I'm kind of obsessed with right now. Gil, you know me and you just been sitting on the sidelines, a most improved player for about 4 months, ready to pull the trigger on Denny Avdia and get there.
Still haven't done it.
Still haven't done it. I don't think you can at this point because Denny's getting up to that maximum games missed point. I don't really fully understand if we're talking this is just Duran and Johnson, how it's not Jalen Johnson. This should be way closer to me. I know I still haven't bet it. I know I've said the same thing multiple times, but I might end up with it. It just feels like they're going to give it to Duran because they want to award the Pistons somehow.
So Cade's not going to win it. We'll just give it to Jalen Duran.
Exactly, even though Cade should have just won this award a year ago.
Yeah.
But no.
All right. Paul Carr, Prem. Let's do it. Next, 3-pack on a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
College hoops is heating up, and the best betting stretch of the year is almost here. You can get VSiN Pro through May 1st for just $29.99. You'll get daily picks from our hosts and guests, real-time betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, and matchup analysis, plus 24/7 access to shows on the VSiN Watch app. Don't miss our March Mania betting guide, key trends, bracket strategies, and best bets from VSiN's top analysts. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to sign up today and join us on the Sports Betting Network. Laptop or phone, couch or sportsbook, VSiN goes where you go. Wherever you watch VSiN, the experience stays seamless. Live shows, replays, and sports-specific clips all at your fingertips. VSiN Watch puts you in the driver's seat. Available in Roku, Samsung, Amazon, iOS, Android, app stores, or get it direct from the source at VSiN.com. Download VSiN Watch today on your favorite app store and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Want to bet smarter? Start with Smarter Insights. Right now you can check out Greg Peterson's college basketball best bets, daily racing forms, Kentucky Derby watch list update, and Steve Mackadon's Pennzoil 400 preview and simulation. Steve's had 3 outright winners in a row. How about that? You know that? Mackadon, 3 outright winners. Say outright winners.
Outright winners.
Say it 5 times.
Outright winners, outright winners, outright winners.
Oh, well
I do
done.
a golf podcast.
Well done. And later today,
That's 3 in a row from Mackadon?
3 in a row.
And are we still on? Where's my NASCAR people? Wyatt, of course, isn't here right now. It was the same guy who won the first 3 races.
Yes.
Denny Hamlin?
No, wasn't Denny Hamlin.
No, okay, sorry.
And later
shouldn't even have tried.
And later today, you can check out Zachary Cohen's NBA best bets, Jonathan Davis's NHL picks and props, the Ivy League tournament preview. That's the one tournament that hasn't started yet. The Ivy League goes 4 deep on their tournament, semis and a final. Get VSiN Pro access through May 1st for just $29.99 with our Hoops Mania special. Sign up at vsin.com/subscribe. We get tweets at Beatty the Book.
Tyler Reddick.
Always appreciate the feedback from everybody. Let's see. Here we go.
So he's just bet Reddick everything. He's won every race Reddick's won.
Reddick.
It's a good strategy, Steve.
Say Reddick 5 times fast.
Reddick.
Yeah, there you go.
Do it.
Bullet Godfrey. Caught the Crackman segment yesterday. Maybe that guy should focus on Sinatra memorabilia and the Audubon Society. College picks, no bueno. Okay. I'm glad this tweet came up because this can apply to my tennis too from yesterday, right? First of all, it wasn't Crack's picks. It was Alan Boston's picks that he was conveying.
Yeah, he made that pretty clear.
Secondly, Crack immediately texted me after yesterday evening. He goes, "I'm never giving picks out again because there is no benefit, right?"
Yeah, he's just going to get hated on.
He's just going to get hated on because people are going to judge you by one pick. Let me see if I can find, there's a tennis one here coming up. Oh, this is Joe Arzu, first time following tennis yesterday. So that's that. Faithful listener, love you guys. What would be the odds to pick a 4th straight golf withdrawal? Zalatoris, Rory Morikawa, unreal. But again, first of all, it was you, Joe Arzu. You're the mush. It was you who did it to the tennis pick. No, what I'm saying is, this is the issue with all of this, right? If you land on Plymouth Rock that day and it's bad, you then, because most gamblers are not, how can I put this, level-headed, I think is the way I would go with. So I understand why Crack would say that. Primetime Leon Sanders. Yo, hey man, yesterday I heard you talking about your father's snot rag. It's called a handkerchief, but yes, I understand. And then you mimicked his voice and said you were turning into your father. I smiled and thought that he would be proud, as there are many worse paths you could have followed. Thank you, Primetime. Appreciate that.
Can I give you
hold on. Oh, no. Listen to this. Oh, this is awful. He said, a few hours later, I was with my father as he took his last breath.
Oh, my God.
After 92 years of life. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Like yours did, my dad gave me a lifetime of material that will bring smiles to those who knew him. Don't stop imitating your father during your shows. It makes many of us smile. Primetime Leon Sanders, our heartfelt condolences on the passing of your father at the age of 92. Wow.
You've been a loyal listener for a long time, man.
I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills just reading that. Really, my condolences to you and your family. James Fraction from Maryland. Hey, Gil, with both Miami, Ohio, and Auburn losing yesterday and Bruce Pearl's recent antics, there's only one thing to do. Both teams face off in an 11-seed play-in tournament game for all the marbles. It would be the first time me and a bunch of folks would have watched that. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, no, the James Lloyd, he's like, quick question. Would you say a money line rollover on Tankapalooza, leaving out the Bulls, would be wise, or am I crazy? Keep in mind I have an odds boost that gets me to minus 187. I'm just going to put out the Tankapalooza plays, and you can manipulate how you please.
Moneyline rollover.
I don't even know what he's trying to say. That's why I'm that's why I'm guffawing in the middle. Is that a guffaw that I just did?
Yeah, guffaw.
Bama Sluggers. Todd Wishnev just announced on Discord he will be on a numbers game. There you go. He scheduled himself. No, he didn't. We talked about it yesterday. D Mill 3219. Hey, Kelly Billy. Gil almost had me convinced Eagle was going to win this quarter after losing in this week's EST Mon-Fri's field. Oh, that's because that's Elena Svitolina's husband. Are we sure Eagle will ever be ranked number 1 again? Ooh, there's a question. Well, we can't be sure. If this was are we sure? We can't be sure. But there's something going on between her ears. There's no question about that. She can't destroy players, right, epically, like beyond Serena numbers. We throw those stats up every week. Crush Karolina Muchova and then have that yesterday. So I'm not sure. She got to get it fixed between the ears. I agree with that. I concede that point. Paulie 68. I'm aware defense is never part of the conversation, but Nikola Jokic has recorded a defensive rating of approximately 114.6. His defensive impact in the 2025-26 season has allowed opponents to shoot at a 47.8% clip. FYI, it's not even close to being a good number. Point taken. I don't know if the voters care about it. I really don't.
Here's the thing:
it's a good point.
In the aggregate, the offense makes up for it.
Yeah. Jason Stark, the NASCAR winner of the first 3 races, was Tyler Reddick. Denny Hamlin owns his car with Michael Jordan. Ryan Blaney won last week, finally breaking Reddick's hold on the wins.
I missed a race. Blaney.
You missed a race.
Way to go, Mackinnon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Carr joins us now back at his home, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line in Kansas, the Heartland. How you doing, Paul?
Made it through spring training, Gil. Got through the combine, got through spring training. Back home where it's not as nice as it was in Arizona, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you had a good run. Combine,
good run.
Spring training. Paul works for True Media Network, spreading analytics to the teams that were willing to streamline their analytics processes. How's that? Did I do well? Is that kind of what you did?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. It's what we do for baseball. Just get them ready for the season, get the processes in place. They got what they need. Let's do it.
Paul, did you ever figure out what the media spread situation was? It's very important. I was thinking about you all week.
Which game was that? Was it one of the press boxes I was in?
Yeah, just any of them. Anything down to spring training. Take advantage of
spring training. The press boxes are so small that the 2 I was in, at least, I did not spot a media spread.
Okay, all right.
What sport of the let's take the big 3. Let's say baseball, basketball, football. What is the sport that still has the highest percentage of teams that are not interested in what you have to offer?
We don't work in basketball, so I can't speak specifically to that from our business perspective, but I think it's probably football. It's a combination of the game's complex. There are many fewer games, so you can almost, watch every relevant play, that kind of thing. And just the general old school mentality that, is still lingering on the coaching ranks.
Interesting. Okay. We must start every soccer segment before we get to your plays. Kelly Bidlin has a Man City ticket, yes?
Yes.
Me too.
We need a heat check on that.
Yeah, so does Paul.
How's that look?
Yeah.
But Paul.
So we lost a little steam last week. Man City drew against Nottingham Forest. So they're back to about plus 370, which is around where we got in preseason. They were down in the plus 170 range before that. So we played 29 games or whatever, and we're basically where we started.
Right. Yeah. So if anybody wants to join us, jump on board now.
Welcome.
We bet it 6 months ago, but you can jump on board now.
Man City with 8 games left. 7-point lead over, Arsenal with 8 games left. 7-point lead over Man City, who has 9 games left. And they play each other, correct? Yes? They play each other.
City hosts Arsenal in April.
Okay. Without further ado, a 3-pack of Premier League picks. We have 2 tomorrow, beginning with Bournemouth and Burnley.
Yep, we may be fading Burnley regularly down the stretch. They are going to be relegated, like minus 5,000 to go down. Arguably the worst team in the league pretty easily this year. Bournemouth, solid mid-table team. They're in 9th place. They've been a top 5 team over the past couple months, unbeaten in 9 straight games, including unbeaten in 5 straight on the road. Burnley's in 19th, like we said. They take the fewest shots in the league. They've only outshot their opponents once in the new year, so they just don't generate a lot of offensive chances, and they've been giving up a lot. 2+ goals in 9 of their last 11 as their keeper has really tailed off after a hot start. So just taking Bournemouth to win this one, minus 115 at 19th place Burnley on Saturday.
19th place Burnley. All right, then speaking of Arsenal and Everton play. What do you got here?
Yeah, so one of the stories of the season, I don't know that we've talked about it too much, is Arsenal has just been like running out the clock in games, meaning just stalling as much as possible on corner kicks and free kicks. And it's really gotten a lot of blowback over the past, especially the last month or two, because this is the best team in the league and they're just killing time up 1-0 against last place Wolverhampton and things like that. So kind of a long way of getting to, I like the under here, under 2.5, minus 115. Again, Arsenal, their games have the 19th most total expected goals, meaning just not a lot of goals, not a lot of shots in their games. If you want the more traditional stat, the fewest total shots, because a lot of it is they just kill the game and they slow it down. So 10 of their last 11 games under 2.5 expected goals. Their most creative player, Martin Odegaard, won't be here in this one. And Everton's a decent defensive team too. Their games are generally not high scoring. They give up low quality shots, good from a defensive perspective. So under 2.5, minus 115. I don't hate a sprinkle on the draw, plus 380 if you want to get weird.
Oh, a little sprinkle on the draw, perhaps.
Okay.
A little bonus sideshow there.
Because Arsenal are cowards. I got it.
And then
I may have yelled that at the television the past few weeks.
And then Sunday, Liverpool against trying not to get relegated Tottenham.
Man. Tottenham is just, they're down to a plus 160 to be relegated. If I had to pick a team based on form, I would probably pick them. I don't think the odds are that great. But they just got smoked by Atletico, as I predicted midweek. Liverpool played badly against Galatasaray, but they've been better on the whole. So this is really just fading Tottenham. I'll lay the goal and a half at minus 115 with Liverpool here.
All right, and shout out to Wolverhampton, right? They're not going to have the record for the worst.
No, yeah, they're fine. They're probably won't even finish last.
Might not even finish last. That's you they're talking to, Burnley.
That's right. They're coming for you.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Paul Carr, everybody. At Paul Carr, CARR on Twitter. Coming back on a numbers game.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Prop Points takes you to the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports with hosts Jeff Erickson and Nick Whalen of RotoWire.
He's the one that's the trendiest. He's the one that's going the earliest of the three, and in some leagues I've seen him go as early as the second round.
The one thing that stood out to me here is, value-wise, I would take a look at Dorian Finney-Smith over 2.5 boards.
They'll help you find the connection between the two and give you expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN.
VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game brought to you by ProfitX. Forget the bracket. ProfitX is taking March Madness to a whole nother level. With King of March, win 10 pregame spreads or totals across the 67 tournament games, play-in games included. Hit your volume goal and you're entered to win a free trip of your choice. Hit $1,000 in volume and you're in for a
$5,000
trip. Hit $10,000 in volume and you're in for a
$10,000
trip. All right, well, you don't want to finish that then? Flights, hotels, wherever you want to go. Covered. Every additional 10 wins earns you another entry. Download ProfitX. Create your account. Use promo code VSiNMM. That's MM as in March Madness. Win 10. Hit the volume. Earn your shot. Only on ProfitX. Gil Alexander.
I got distracted. Sorry.
That's all right.
You want me to tell you why?
Why?
I'm gonna think. You think it'd be a popular Twitter account if I just did like a Fezzik parody account of like things that he texts us and just tweeted about?
Oh.
I don't know if you just saw it. He just texted us, "Winning is like coffee," and then sent an emoji of coffee. I don't know what that means. It gives him energy. Winning gives him energy.
Probably. That's what that means.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I get it. You go 0-4 in tennis, it's not so fun the next morning. It isn't.
Yeah.
We get tweet speed of the book. Dan Goodwin went to Bavette's thanks to your recommendation. Was fantastic. This is year number 15 for our guys trip. One of the best meals in that 15 years. Glad you enjoyed it, Dan. Bavette's at Park MGM. By the way, do you know what Park MGM is backwards? Spelled backwards? MGM crap.
That's well done.
Thank you. But Bavette's is fantastic. The steaks are great, although it's charred, right? They do this charring thing.
That's what me and you had that conversation.
If you're not into that, ask for like low char.
Yes.
The bread is ridiculous. That is the most glutinous bread you will ever have in your life.
You sourdough lovers.
The wedge salad with that massive piece of bacon. Oh, I go on.
It's very good. I'm glad you brought it up though, because there are a few places in town, and they are one of them that they go heavy with the charring, and I'm not as big of a fan.
I'm not as big.
Some people love it though, and I get it.
I'm with you. It overwhelms the thing. Torch D, the one who put the satin in your panties. Getting betting advice from someone and then complaining about the result is the equivalent of going to someone's house, having them fix you a sandwich, and telling them it's disgusting. Yep, pretty much. Agree, Torch D. NCI 95 gambler at MX Square Better. If you can't deal with losing a bet, you probably shouldn't be betting. I'm just saying, I had long shots on Puka, Offensive Player of the Year, Shuck, Offensive Rookie of the Year, thanks to the great Cleve TA that both ended up losing, and I was thankful for the opportunity to almost win. Oh, how many almost wins have we had here?
I just think about
I have almost wins in tennis when you're on the doorstep of cashing. You haven't lived unless you're betting tennis every day with that stuff. The stomach punches are just incredible.
The one that's still, from the beginning of time, but it still just rattles around in my brain every time. Like you read an example of one of those tweets of just the instant reaction of like, oh, well, I'm out. Like, yeah, I tried tennis one day. I'm out, right? And I'm like, I feel like we've said it a million times, and I feel like people are sick of hearing people say it, but like I'm going to say it again. If I lost 40% of every single bet that I made, I would be a very, very happy guy. And I just don't know that people fully understand that.
We're going to have a discussion about this with Fezzik later. This is because I think it's by the way, Dr. Bob on the show coming up later this hour. Chris Felica standing by. Not this hour. What hour are we in? I don't even know anymore. Chris Felica and Dr. Bob coming up next hour.
Yes. Chris Felica in about 10 minutes.
That's right. Then Steve Fezzik with Todd Wishnev. Steve Fezzik's going to do one segment solo. Then Wishnev's going to show up. Maybe we'll get some more in-game bets. He went 3-0 the other day on the show. Nasty Neil. I'm sorry.
Nasty Neil.
How does a 20-point streak dating back to last year affect this year's MVP? Let's talk about Joker's 30-20-10 games last 2 years or career triple-doubles. Joker, 190, SGA 2. Since MVP for this year is taking in past year stats. I'm with you, Nasty Neil. That's what I was trying to say before. I was like, imagine that our brains have gone so, it's like the, it goes back, I always bring this up, the Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout thing.
Yeah.
Right? Was it 2012? We had talked about the Triple Crown in baseball hadn't happened since 1967, right? It had been, 45 years. Miguel Cabrera hits the Triple Crown. And everybody wants to come in and is like, oh, you got to give Trout MVP. I'm like, you can't talk about something for 45 years and act like when somebody does it, you have to acknowledge it, right? This is sort of the bizarro reverse of that, which is we with this triple-double thing in basketball was this revered, oh, my God, look what Russell Westbrook's doing. Only the Big O did this. This is the most incredible thing. And then once it happens 2 years later, we're like, yeah, whatever.
It's wild. And Shohei, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
He pitches and hits. Who cares? The one, I don't know if you caught this quote from Shea last week. It might be the biggest reason why I would be okay with him winning MVP. It's just Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I thought this was a legendary quote. It was a press conference after a game. I think the question was about how does he get to some of his spots to hit the mid-range jumpers like he does. And he goes, I've got all the answers to the test. I just need the questions. I was like, that's the most badass, one of the most badass quotes I've ever heard.
That was from whom?
From Shea, post game, about how does he get to some of these mid-range spots. Yeah. He's got all the answers to the test, man. He works on his game so much. He's got everything down. I love that quote.
Or do they kill him with a foul merchant? That's what the detractors say.
Yeah, you are never going to get me to go against it. Look, I thought what James Harden did in Houston was an art form, and people hated it. I just thought it was taking advantage of the
aesthetically unpleasing.
Because it's aesthetically unpleasing. I get that. Yeah. I've always understood that part of it. I will every sport that we talk about, and it's not necessarily you're not if you're not cheating, you're not trying sort of thing. It's not necessarily that. But if you're not trying to bend every rule to your advantage.
But I would argue in basketball, I kind of get it. Because if the Warriors, at peak Warriors, was the most beautiful thing in sports, how I used to call them.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's the most unbeautiful thing in sports.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Okay. I'm just saying there is some validity to that. And by the way, I just wanted one more tweet. Basketball Jones. And I love these because these are what we were just talking about. And he also misrepresents. He goes, please give us more Allen Boston stories and picks. Greatest college basketball handicapper out there, according to VSiN, but I've yet to see him have a winning day in a few years. 0-4 yesterday. I never bet his plays, but love the hype. You never heard that from me. Never heard me hyping it. So don't act like I did. That's all I got to say. It's one thing if you want to base it on fact, but don't misrepresent. That we won't take.
Al Boston hanging out with Jason Stark yesterday, apparently.
Are you ready for Are We Sure?
Yes.
Are we sure? Let's do it.
You think you know what's going on in the sports betting world?
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Gil and Kelly tackle the hard-hitting questions on another exciting edition of Are We Sure?
Estamos seguros? Look, Kelly's got a little shoulder bounce going.
I don't know why I really like the beat at the tail end of it. Really sends us into the weekend well, you know? All right, Gil, we sure Duke is the rightful favorite to win the NCAA tournament. They barely got by Florida State.
Oh, stop it. They didn't play. I don't know if they're the rightful favorite. They're in the short conversation with Michigan, I think, right? And there it is, reflected in the numbers, right? Plus 330, plus 330. And Arizona, and a lot of people would say Florida should be the favorite. So, yeah, kind of sure, but co-favorites, yeah.
Dude, I would have just been the worst. The worst.
With?
For multiple, well, at least for today, if Florida State had won that game yesterday.
Oh, I would have been, and you know what we would have been guarded against is, well, now we're going to get beat by the next team.
Totally. But, like, I was so excited to have Felica on the show today, too, and be like, yeah, we get FSU, right? Come on, Chris.
Celebrating him halfway through the tournament. That's what we would have been doing.
Hey, I had a money line bet last night, 14-1. Oh. All right, are we sure Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBanza will be the first pick in the NBA draft?
I think so. Yes. I'm sure. Although Cameron Boozer, we hear some Boozer talk.
There is a late Boozer surge here from some of the NBA scouting guys that it's on my radar. Let me put it that way.
And it's kind of cool that it's March and the draft doesn't happen till late June. So who knows what people are going to talk themselves into.
It's kind of cool though that the tournament is going to be kind of a deciding factor for this.
Maybe.
I think one of these guys is going to shine amongst the rest here, and it could be enough. All right, we sure Kyler Murray will solve all of the Vikings quarterback issues.
Is that a joke question?
No, it is not a joke question, Gil. Come on, they went out and got their guy.
Nope. We are not sure that it will solve all of their quarterback problems. That's probably the easiest one I've ever had.
Hey, Gil, if he's healthy, how many games does he start?
If he's healthy?
Yeah, I was just say he doesn't get hurt the whole season.
Okay, well, that's not Kyler Murray to begin with, but let's
I know. We're living in this fantasy.
So if he becomes a different person.
Yes, becomes a different person.
And he's completely healthy.
Maybe the cold helps him.
More than half the season.
Okay.
I definitely think J.J. McCarthy's career there is in doubt.
Yeah, like McCarthy doesn't get on the field if they're both healthy, right? I don't think that happens.
I don't know, but Kyler Murray's not young anymore, and his superpower is his speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we can keep saying this about a guy year after year after year.
Yeah. Are we sure Jeremiah Love will be a top 5 pick?
I'm not sure, but I do think Washington getting Rachaad White, and they sit at 7, might have been a sign that they think Jeremiah Love might go before them.
Yep.